We are never so defenseless against suffering as when we love. Sigmund Freud. Every man who's been betrayed, manipulated, or emotionally shattered by a woman believed he was her choice. He wasn't. She didn't choose to wound him. Her unconscious did. Sigmund Freud spent decades dissecting the female psyche, unearthing truths so raw they were buried by a world too fragile to face them. Picture a man alone staring at his phone. Her last message, "I need space," glowing like a blade in the dark. He gave her everything, loyalty, honesty, his soul. And she vanished, no warning, no reason, just silence. The illusion that her love was rational, that her heart was hers to give. The truth, her desires are a script written in blood, hormones, and survival, not logic. Here we don't romanticize pain, we name it. We watch it burn. Subscribe to Philosoul not to feel good, but to feel again. The air shifts. You sense it before you see it, the warmth in her eyes cooling her laughter, thinning her touch, retreating like a tide. You thought you held her heart. You held a mirage. Let's carve open the descent, the unraveling of a man who believed love could be earned. This is no fairy tale, it's a reckoning. You meet her and she's not like the others. Her laughter weaves into your bones. Her gaze feels like a promise. Her touch convinces you you're chosen. You build a world around her, believing love is a contract you both signed. Then, without warning, the ground shifts. She picks fights over nothing. Her warmth turns to frost, or she vanishes into silence so deliberate it feels like a blade. You replay every word, every glance, searching for the moment you broke her. You didn't. Her unconscious did. This is the descent of a man who thought devotion could chain a storm. Let's dissect it. Biologically, psychologically, spiritually, because the truth cuts deeper than the wound. Her presence hijacks your brain. Her smile, her scent, the way her eyes linger, they flood you with dopamine, binding you like a moth to a flame. But it's not just you. Her biology is a puppet master. During ovulation, her body craves dominance, a man who radiates unyielding strength. Studies show women's attraction spikes for masculine traits, broad shoulders, a commanding voice when fertility peaks. When her cycle shifts to menstruation, she's wired for irritability, hypersensitivity, rejecting you for reasons she can't name. Ancient Spartans banned husbands from their wives during this phase, not out of cruelty but wisdom. A woman's biology isn't her fault, but it's not your ally. Her warmth was a trap, not a vow. Freud's mother complex coils around you here. In The Dissolution of the Oedipus Complex, 1924, he argued, boys must sever their primal bond to their mother to become men. Most don't. Her approval, her conditional love, her silent punishments, her fleeting rewards trained you to seek a woman who mirrors that dynamic. You chase her validation, just as you chased your mother's, believing her affection proves your worth. Freud's patient, a young poet, poured his soul into a woman who echoed his mother's coldness. When she left, he didn't mourn her. He mourned the boy who never escaped. You're not loving her. You're reliving a wound. You crowned her your North Star, the center of your universe. You thought she saw you, but she was a maze, not a mirror luring you deeper into her unconscious script. Her laughter wasn't a gift, it was bait. What if love was never the cure, only the test? You built a temple for her, but it was your soul you placed on the altar. Her desires aren't yours to fulfill, they're hers to survive. In On Narcissism, 1914, Freud suggests, women's charm is a projection of their own self-love, drawing men into their orbit. You saw her as your muse, but she was her own idol. Every gesture, her hand brushing yours. Her whispered confidences was a performance, not a pledge. Neuroscience confirms it. Oxytocin blinds men to red flags in early romance. You didn't see her tests because you were drunk on her illusion. Her eyes weren't windows. They were traps gleaming with promises her biology never meant to keep. Her coldness isn't a choice, it's chemistry. Her menstrual cycle rewires her emotions. During ovulation, she's drawn to the warrior, the risk-taker. During menstruation, she's a fortress of criticism, perceiving slights where none exist. A 2018 study in hormones and behavior found women's partner preferences shift unconsciously, favoring stability in low fertility phases, but rejecting it when seeking novelty. She doesn't know why she's pulling away. Her body vetoed you. You're left holding the pieces of a puzzle she doesn't even see. Anatomy is destiny. Sigmund Freud. Freud's case of Dora, 1905, is a scalpel to this moment. Dora's father betrayed her, offering her to another man to cover his affair. Her rage should have burned him, but instead, it struck Freud. She quit therapy, accused him of misreading her, and years later mocked his methods. Her unconscious needed a scapegoat, and you're the closest man. Your apologies, your explanations, your desperation to fix it only fuel her contempt. She's not punishing you for what you did. She's punishing you for what she can't face. In some psychical consequences of the anatomical distinction between the sexes. 1925. Freud argued women's superego is weaker rooted in shame, not guilt. A man internalizes failure. A woman externalizes it, seeking social approval over principle. Her silence isn't confusion, it's calculation. Her biology rewriting the script to protect her from vulnerability. You thought her love was a sanctuary, a place to rest your soul. It was a transaction, a ledger of her survival. You gave her stability, but her unconscious craves chaos, a chemical rush no loyalty can match. Did she change, or just stop pretending? Freud's mentor, Joseph Breuer, faced this with Anna O. Her hysteria wasn't illness, it was manipulation, a subconscious weapon to control the men around her. A 2020 study in evolutionary psychology confirms women weaponize emotions, faster attuned to social dynamics. Her sudden cruelty, those sharp words that calculated silence, is her survival instinct redirecting pain to you because you're safe, close, and expendable. Her heart wasn't a flame to warm you. It was a fire to burn through you, leaving ash where trust once stood. Her unconscious is a hunter, seeking resources, security, and novelty, not devotion. In her fertile years, her biology drives her to secure a provider while craving the thrill of a rogue. Once she has what she needs, children's stability, her instincts pivot, seeking new horizons. A 2019 study in Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found women initiate 70% of divorces post-childbearing, often citing lost connection. You're not her failure. You're her stepping stone discarded when her biology shifts gears. Freud's Madonna-animal duality slices here. She presents a virtuous face to the world, the nurturing wife, the loyal partner, but her shadow hungers for the forbidden. In Beyond the Pleasure Principle. 1920, Freud argued instincts override intellect. She tells you she wants kindness, respect a gentle man, but her body chooses the laborer who ignores her, the felon who breaks her. Freud's patient, a feminist academic, married a meek husband, then betrayed him with a rough, dismissive lover. When confronted, she wept. I hate that I need him. Her mind wanted equality. Her unconscious craved dominance. In Civilization and Its Discontents, 1930, Freud wrote that woman's loyalty is to survival, not principle. She idealizes you early, mirroring your dreams to secure you. Then come the tests, petty arguments, withdrawn affection to gauge your strength. Fail, and her biology flags you as weak. You erased yourself to keep her believing her words over her actions. You became her servant, not her equal, and her unconscious punished you for it. The heart has its reasons, which reason knows nothing of, wrote Pascal, quoted by Freud in The Unconscious, 1915. Her desires aren't rational, they're primal, ancient, a script you can't rewrite. A 2021 study in Archives of Sexual Behavior found women prefer controlled dominance in high-stress contexts. You thought devotion would bind her, but it suffocated her. You weren't her savior. You were her sacrifice. She wasn't a storm to the weather. She was a hurricane to survive, tearing through your soul to test its foundations. Her love isn't love, it's addiction. The trauma bond chains her to men who hurt her men, who spike dopamine and cortisol with their chaos. A 2017 study in Frontiers in Psychology found women stay longer with unpredictable partners, their brains hooked on the cycle of pain and reward. Your stability, your kindness can't compete with the felon who leaves her crying, the stranger who ghosts her after one night. Her body rejects calm, craving the chemical rush of uncertainty. Freud never named the dark triad narcissism, Machiavellianism, psychopathy, but he described it. In his case files, women left devoted men for narcissists who believed themselves gods, manipulators who played with their emotions, or psychopaths who felt nothing. These traits, deadly now, were survival. In ancient times, the narcissist led the Machiavellian scheme the psychopath killed. A 2020 personality and individual differences study found women rate dark triad men as more attractive for short-term flings, even if they claim to despise them. You're not her failure. You're her casualty caught in a script written millennia ago. In The Ego and the Id, 1923, Freud saw the unconscious as a battleground where repressed desires clash with reality. Her cruelty, those empty eyes, that cutting tone, is her unconscious rejecting your stability as a threat to her survival. You see her now, two women in one, the one you loved, warm human yours, and the other older, colder, a force that punishes you for loving her too deeply. Freud's uncanny captures this, the familiar turning alien, her smile twisting into a stranger's sneer. The mother is the first and only object of love, and all later loves are but her shadow, wrote Jung in Psychological Types, 1921. You didn't love her, you loved the shadow of a wound you never healed. Was she ever yours, or just a mirror for your pain? In Victorian England, repression didn't erase desire, it mutated it, fueling secret brothels where proper women sought chaos. A 2022 study in Journal of Sex Research found 65% of women harbor fantasies of submission or danger, not because they're broken, but because their biology seeks surrender to strength. Her voice wasn't a song. It was a blade sharpened by instincts she'll never confess. Her tests silence arguments. Rejection or her unconscious probing your resilience. Pass and her biology respects you, not out of love but necessity. Fail, and she discards you, her instincts marking you as unfit. A 2019 evolutionary behavioral sciences study found women unconsciously test partners to ensure emotional and physical strength. Her cruelty isn't personal, it's a primal filter. Freud's unpublished letters whisper the law of paradoxical intent. The more you need her, the less she wants you. Withdraw, and her unconscious chases you. Don't explain mystery as your shield. When she rages, smile. When she lies, let her. When she wounds, stand unmoved. Casanova never begged. Napoleon never apologized. Their power was silence, not submission. Freud's patient, a devoted husband, lost his wife to a musician who ignored her. His mistake, obeying her every demand, killing her desire. In New Introductory Lectures on Psychoanalysis, 1933, Freud hinted at women's internal conflict. Their conscious mind seeks equality, but their unconscious craves hierarchy. She tests you because her biology demands a leader, not a follower. A 2023 Nature Human Behavior study found women's attraction increases when men display emotional restraint under stress. Her deepest terror is exposure. If you see the real me, you will leave. She tests you to hide from herself, sabotaging love because stability feels like a cage. Freud's disciple Karen Horney noted women's envy of male autonomy driving their need to control through chaos. What if her chaos was never about you, but about her war with herself? Your strength isn't in fixing her, it's in holding your ground. You don't need her love. You need your own sovereignty. She wasn't your throne. She was your trial, forging a man who stands alone. You sit in the wreckage of her departure. Her final words, "It's not you, it's me," echoing like a lie you once believed. The illusion was that she chose you, that her love was yours to keep. The truth, she was never in control. Her unconscious, driven by shame, instinct, and survival, wrote the script. You didn't lose her. You lost the man you became to keep her. Freud's forbidden truth, whispered to his disciples, is this: stop kneeling for her love. Withdraw before she does. Let her feel the absence of your strength. Don't explain, let mystery be your shield. When she tests, you laugh. When she wounds, you stand. You don't need closure, you need clarity and a closed door. If you've walked through this fire, comment unconsciously below, so no man feels like he's breaking alone. If this truth shook something awake in you, share it on the Philosoul channel. There's a man out there still sleeping. This is where the illusion ends, and something ancient begins.
Thank you for watching. Walk your path with quiet strength.